Good morning. Decided to go for a walk today, and God kind of spoke something to me that I felt like I needed to share. So there I was, looking through my closet, through a pile of disorganized shoes like most of us have. And, I don't have that many shoes. I have probably about 5 pair. But the one shoe that I felt like I needed, my jogging shoe, I couldn't find at all. So I was looking through, couldn't find my jogging shoe. I was getting frustrated. Suddenly I heard the Spirit of God say, "You already have what you need." Suddenly my perspective was changed and my eyes were open to the pile of shoes on my floor. How I had 6 different pairs of shoes, and for the purpose of going for a morning walk, I had everything that I needed right in front of me. It's like sometimes in a day-to-day relationship with God, He says things that just kind of like a father would say to his son, just like, what are you whining about? You already have what you need. And that got me thinking about that mentality. Perspective is everything. If you look and you think about all the great men through history, including Jesus, going back to Jesus, look at Peter and Jesus. Peter walking on the water. Peter saw water. Jesus saw molecules and atoms. It was a matter of perspective. That's why Jesus was saying, have faith, walk out on the water. I'm God. I literally created these molecules and these atoms and put thought into the composition of water and everything that it needs to survive on Earth and to survive in the universe and the matter and the quantum physics and everything. Yeah, come out, step on the water. I'm God. And Peter, initially had faith, but he started looking at the water and his perspective changed to, okay, this is water. It's wet, it's cold, it's hitting my feet. And, you can go back and forth through the Bible, through different stories and situations where you saw that there was a paradigm shift in the perspective of the person. And then look at all the people through history, oh man, I could just rattle them off. Albert Einstein, Abraham Lincoln, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., so many people throughout history. It was a matter of perspective. They had a different perspective than everyone else. Successful entrepreneurs, Bill Gates, he had a different perspective than everyone else. Everybody talks, all these motivational speakers and whatever, not that I listen to them, but I've heard a few, about vision, about purpose, go after it, blah, 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 blah. And there's a place for that. There's a place for encouragement. But there's also a place for realizing sometimes you already have what you need in front of you. And sometimes in life, sometimes in our walk with God, we go through the day-to-day thing of, I need my quiet time or blah, blah, blah. And then we start to spin it into, if I only had 5 more minutes in the morning, I'd spend more time with God. Or in our finances, if I only had this little bit of more money, I could do more, or I could finally be at peace, or I could finally be at rest, or if this would only change, or if my family member was less mean towards me, or whatever it is in life. If I had that other position at work, this position is horrible, I should have the other position. If I only had that, things would be better. We go through life, and it doesn't matter what continent you're living on right now listening to this. This is a human thing, and this is a Christian thing that we deal with a lot of times. Shift your perspective. Quit imprinting on God that mentality that everything has to be perfect, that everything has to be lined up. Let God shift your perspective. Let God show you what you already have in your finances. Maybe just a matter of discipline, a little more discipline, and you would have the finances you need. Let God show you what you already have in Him. The people you have around you. Always looking for that person to share God with, that person to minister to, when you're ignoring the person right next to you, when you're ignoring the person to your left and to your right. Let God change your perspective and be open to it. And I hope today, wherever you're watching this or whoever's viewing this, you wake up or you go to sleep, depending on what side of the world you're on. But you take a second and you try to open yourself up to look at your life, look at your situation, look at all your prayers and your complaints and whatever. Even if life is going good, it's healthy. To look at what you have around you. Look at what all is already there. Physically, in relationships, and spiritually. Look at what God has already put in you. He's already deposited so much in us, and we're on an eternal walk. We are on an eternal walk. This life is but a vapor. We're going to keep going. It's just a transition when we die. Look at what He's already put there inside you. It's amazing. All right, I'm going to keep walking.